Hello students, myself Professor K.M. Rupnavar from Tujaram Chaturchanda College, Baramati from Department of Chemistry, and my specialization is Physical Chemistry, and I am teaching you a paper Fundamentals of Physical Chemistry 1 CHP 4101, and paper is of 48 lectures and 12 tutorials are given. But before starting first section, we will see second section initially, then we will see first section. So in today's lecture, I will start up with this section 2 instead of section 1, and section 2 is chemical kinetics and reaction dynamics, and this section is for 2 credits, 24 lectures and 6 tutorials are given. So first chapter is recapitulation. Recapitulation means the revision of the things which you people already known. That means in Marathi you will see the recapitulation as a उजळणे, मीन्स जे काही आपण ऑलरेडी लर्न केलेलं आहे ते आपण एकदा रिवाइज करूयात. ओके, सो सी द फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज द रेट ऑफ रिॲक्शन. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज द रेट लॉज अँड रेट कॉन्स्टंट्स. Then next point is determination of rates, zero order, first order, second order reactions, half-lives, fractional order reactions, order and molecularity, and factors affecting the rate of reaction. So our first chapter is for 2 lectures. So we will start now. This is heading, and what is meant by kinetics? Kinetics refers to the rate at which chemical reactions occur. So rate is mainly very important point in concern of a kinetics. So the reaction mechanism or pathway through which a reaction proceeds, this can be studied in a kinetics. Then topics for study in kinetics: reaction rates, rate laws, integrated rate laws, half-life, Arrhenius equation, and the mechanisms. So initially reaction rates. How we can measure the reaction rates we can see in this lecture. Then rate laws, how the reaction rate depends on the amount of reactant or the concentration of a reactant, and the molecularity and the order of a reaction. Then third point is integrated rate laws, how to calculate amount left or time to reach a given amount of reactant or a product. This can be learnt by using the integrated rate law. Then next point is a half-life, how long it takes for 50% of a reaction completion. This is a half-life. We can see this for all types of reactions, 0, first, second order reactions. Then Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation represents the relation of rate constants with temperature. And lastly, mechanisms, how the reaction rate depends on the sequence of molecular scale processes. So this can be learnt in a kinetics. So first point which is given in our chapter is reaction rates. So see the first diagram, which contains 1 mole of a substance A and 0 mole of substance B. So A substance is shown by red dots and the B substance is shown by blue dots. So see in the first container or in first diagram, 1 mole of substance is there of A only. Therefore all A's are here. Then see second diagram, and there is a 0.54 moles of A and 0.46 moles of B. So there is a nearly equivalent amount of A and B in the system, and here in the last diagram 0.30 moles of A and 0.70 moles of B, means blue dots are greater than the red dots. So the rate of a chemical reaction can be monitored by the change in concentration of either reactants or the products as a function of time. So see, in each diagram the time is different. In first at a 0 second, then in second diagram time is 20 seconds, and in third diagram time is 40 seconds. So see, when time is different, obviously concentration of A is different in all the chambers or in all the systems. So concentration of A is greater in first diagram, then greater in the second diagram, and in third diagram the concentration of A is very less. According to time, the concentration of A is different. So we have to find out the rate of change of concentration of A with respect to change in temperature. So we can write an equation delta into concentration of A. This square bracket denotes a concentration. So see, delta A or delta of concentration of A versus delta T. That means delta shows a change. Change in concentration of A with respect to change in temperature, that's shown in this diagram. So this is a reaction rate, means simply rate represents the change of concentration with respect to change in temperature. Change in concentration with respect to time. Then here is the example how the reaction rate changes. So see, the example is given butyl chloride C4H9Cl, which is dissolved in water. So aqueous is written. C4H9Cl plus H2O in liquid form, it gives C4H9OH plus HCl. So this is our reaction, and here in this table time is given, and here is a concentration of butyl chloride is given. So see, as the time goes on increasing, initially 0 second, then 50, 100, 150, 200, 300 up to 10,000 seconds, time goes on increasing, and in the right side see here, the concentration goes on decreasing. Initial concentration of butyl chloride is 0.10 molar, but as the time goes on, the concentration also goes on decreasing. Means the rate of this reaction is written as rate of change of concentration of C4H9Cl with respect to delta T. Means this is our rate for a reaction C4H9Cl plus water, it gives C4H9OH plus HCl. So such a way we can write a rate of any reaction. So D means a change, or delta means a change of a concentration of a reactant with respect to change in temperature. So again see, this is the new definition of average rate. So simply rate is different and average rate is different. So see, how can we determine the average rate? So equation is here, C4H9Cl plus water, it gives C4H9OH plus HCl in aqueous form. Same table is here. Time is written as previous. Then concentration of the butyl chloride is written here. So we have to find out the average rate, which is in molar per second. So see, average rate is equal to delta C4H9 divided by delta T. So here Cl is remain, C4H9Cl is here. So delta C4H9Cl divided by delta T, this is the equation of average rate, which is equal to, see, concentration which is greater is taken initially 0.10 minus second concentration 0.905 molar, means it is just a difference of two concentrations. 0.10 minus 0.09 divided by change in temperature is written here. That's why temperature is, higher temperature is 50 seconds and lower is 0 seconds. So here taken value 50 minus 0. So after calculating this, you can find out the exact value of a average rate. So this is our rate. So just change in concentration with respect to time. This is the reaction rate. Then see, again same values are given, and here the calculated average rate values are given by using this equation. I have calculated these values and noted here. And from this you can note that the average rate decreases as the reaction proceeds. So see, rate of reaction goes on decreasing as the reaction process, means time increases, concentration decreases, and average rate also decreases. Then this occurs because of, as the reactant gets converted into a product, reactant molecules goes on decreasing. So only few molecules are remain in the system, and that's why few collisions are there. So the average rate is slower at the end of the reaction. Then such a type of plot is observed for the concentration versus time for butyl chloride, and the slope of this graph is called as an instantaneous rate of a reaction. So see here written, the slope of a line tangent to the curve at any point. You can draw tangent at any place on this curve and determine the value of the slope. So this value is of a instantaneous rate at that time. Then rate law and the rate constants. So see here general equation is given. NH4 plus in the aqueous form plus NO2 minus aqueous, it gives N2 gas, plus twice water molecules in the liquid form. So see here is a plus symbol. So you have to write the rate of this reaction. So see now two reactants are here, NH4 plus and NO2 minus. So we can note down the rate as rate is directly proportional to concentration of NH4 plus, and rate is directly proportional to concentration of NO2 minus. So here both equations are written. The rate is directly proportional to NH4 plus concentration, and it is directly proportional to concentration of NO2 minus. So overall rate is directly proportional to NH4 plus concentration into NO2 minus concentration. So see, overall rate is written as rate is equal to small k into concentration of NH4 plus into concentration of NO2 minus. This equation is called as the rate law, and K is the rate constant. This is a rate constant, and whole equation is called as a rate law. So a rate law shows the relationship between the reaction rate and the concentration of the reactants. Simply, reaction rate and concentration are interrelated, and this is shown by a equation of a rate law. For a gas phase reactants, use PA, means pressure is used instead of concentration term. Then K is a constant that has a specific value for each reaction. and the value of K is determined experimentally. As you know, in the TYBS you have performed so many experiments to find out the rate of reaction or to determine K. The reaction is either first order or second order. Then the rate is written as K is equal to, rate is equal to capital K or small k into concentration of NH4 plus into concentration of NO2 minus. Whole equation is called as rate law and K is the rate constant. And constant is relative here, and this is unique for each reaction, for first order, for second order, 0, third. Each and every reaction, the K is specific or unique. And the value of K changes with respect to temperature. As we increase temperature, the value of K will be different. Then the exponents tells us the order of the reaction with respect to each reactant. This reaction is first order in NH4 plus and first order in NO2 minus. See, we have written an equation, rate is equal to K into concentration of NH4 plus into concentration of NO2 minus. So see, on this concentration term there is no raised to power, means there is a 1. So if we consider only NH4 plus, this one, rate is directly proportional to concentration of NH4 plus. So here raised to power is 1. In second equation, obviously concentration of NO2 minus raised to 1 because the number of moles are 1 in the reaction. So in concern of only concentration of NH4 plus, reaction is first order. When you consider NO2 minus, again the reaction is first order. And by combining all this two, we get the final equation as rate is equal to K into concentration of NH4 plus into concentration of NO2 minus. So raised to 1 and raised to 1. So order is the sum of raised to power of concentrations. So 1 plus 1 plus 1. It will be 2. So the overall reaction order can be found by adding the exponents on the reactants in the rate law. So raised to 1 and raised to 1. So add this, just 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So this is a second order reaction. And rate constant is defined as, it is a proportionality constant that appears in the rate law. For example, K is the rate constant in the rate law. So D into concentration of A divided by dt is equal to K into concentration of A. So this K is the rate constant. When the general reaction is given, A gives product. So rate of change of concentration of A with respect to time is equal to K into concentration of A. Rate constants are independent of concentration, but these are dependent on the other factors, most notably the temperature. Then the factors which affect the reaction rates, the nature of the reactants, chemical compounds vary considerably in their chemical reactivities. So see, crystalline and amorphous nature. When the compound is in the powder form, surface area will be more. That's why reactivity will be more. So rate of reaction will be more in the first case. Then the concentration of the reactant. As we have already seen, when the concentration of any reactant increases, so the number of collisions will be there and the reaction will be faster. Then the temperature. At higher temperatures, reactant molecules have more kinetic energy. They move much faster and collides more often, and its energy will be higher. That's why when we increase temperature, the rate of reaction increases. And the last one is a catalyst. Catalyst enhances the rate of reaction and they changes the rate of reaction by changing the mechanism. So these are the factors. First one is the nature of the reactants. Next one is the concentration of reactant, temperature and catalyst. Then the order of a reaction. The order of a reaction is the sum of the powers of concentration terms in the rate equations. It's known as order of reactions. Consider a general reaction. M is the mole, is the reactant. Ma plus Nb. Here N is the number of mole and B is the reactant. So just see a reaction A plus B gives product. A contains M number of moles and B contains N number of moles. So rate equation is written as R is equal to K into concentration of A. Just put number of moles into raised to power. Concentration of A raised to M into next reactant concentration of B into number of moles of it raised to N. So this is our equation of a rate law. So how we can find out the order of reaction? So order of reaction is equal to raised to power of concentration terms. We have to just add these terms M plus N. So this is our order of a reaction. Then this is a number of concentration terms that determine the rate. And consider again a general reaction. A plus B gives C plus D. So order of reaction does not depend on the products, only depends on the reactants. The rate of the reaction is proportional to the concentration of A to the power of X, A raised to X. And also the rate may be proportional to the concentration of B to the power of Y. That means concentration of B raised to Y. So overall order of reaction is, or the rate law is, rate is equal to K into concentration of A raised to X into concentration of B raised to Y. So the overall order of reaction is X plus Y. Then the reaction rate and order. So reaction rate is called as a velocity constant or a velocity of a reaction to convert the reactant into the products. And the reactions may be classified according to the order of reactions as a zero order, first order, second order, and so on. So we will see all the reactions as a zero order, first order, second order in the next lecture.